Check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it. Slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
From the playing fields to the sidelines, from Florida to California, from the Big 12 to the Big 10, welcome to the wide world of Raff. Live from the 93.7 The Ticket studios in the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chris Raff.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is the wide world of Raff. It is Wednesday night. It's a little after 9 o'clock. Harrison, another week of the National Football League has came and went. We're on our way to the next week. How about them Bears?
How about them Broncos? This might be the saddest hour. Like I was watching, obviously caught both of those games. I was working Sunday and DP kept losing his mind. And I was like, what the hell is happening out there? And then I keep going up there. I'm like, oh, they scored again. And then you see 70-20. And then 325 went for my Bears to roll around. And even though it was a 20-70 final score, the Bears still had the worst margin, losing by 41 points compared to 40. So,
oh no, Denver lost by 50.
Oh yeah, bad math there. So we got that. We got 9 point.
It was 50. But hey, Broncos are favored this week.
Yeah, that's what hurts the most, right? You lost by 50, and you guys are favored.
I don't understand it.
I mean, I think I do. That one's like, it's just a toss-up. You're just going to go with the home team, probably, right?
Well, I keep on saying that. No, I'm not. But I keep on saying that it was just like a snowball effect. Like, if you look at the first half of the game, yes, Miami dominated the first half of the game, but Denver had an opportunity to cut that game to where they were in striking distance going into halftime. Cortland Sutton, they called a pass interference on one touchdown, so they had to kick a field goal. And then they had another pass late in the first half where it went right through his hands. It would have been a touchdown. And then Denver would have got the ball to start the half of the second, or they did get the ball in the second half to start the second half. And they weren't able to produce anything. And then that's when the snowball effect just continued on. I mean, and it wasn't like Tyreek Hill in the second half was killing Denver. It was a chain. Sean.
Mike White had a nice touchdown at the end there too.
Yeah,
it's just kind of a snowball, like you said. Everyone was
the touchdown at the end. That was basically Denver starting defense going, why are we still in here?
Yep.
You should have got us out of here. All right, we're still here, but we're not here because that was right over Surtain, and I was laughing because Surtain's dad was going nuts during the game because Denver comes out the first three quarters, and all they play is a soft zone. You've got one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL right now, and you're having them sit back in his zone the entire game. It's like, I thought going into that game, what Denver would do is they'd man up Tyreek Hill and Patrick Surtain. Waddle was out of the game.
Yeah, he's still hurt.
Didn't even play.
Questionable.
And then you do what you want with the other side of the field, but you take their number one guy away from them. But instead they sat back in his zone, and if you don't hit Tua, I mean, he's going to kill you. He's one of the most precise passers, that there is.
Yeah, if you give him time, he's going to cut you up, especially when he's got those weapons again. Which you got a point there. Why give him that much cushion on that zone? You're going to get burned. I get it. If you play man, there's a chance you're going to get burned. But I mean, it's better than getting burned the entire game.
Can you imagine Tyreek Hill rolling into a game and going, they're playing soft zone against me? So you have no one battling off the line. Then he can just sit. I mean, I was mesmerized by the entire defensive game plan. And I know a lot of people, I've been saying, I was like, fire him. And a lot of people are like, you can't do that to your coach. You just hired him. What does that show? And the coach and stuff like that. I'm just sitting there going, if me, just common football observer with a few years of coaching, some playing, is saying this, it's like, why did he not see that? And then when it was happening, why not
adjust?
It was, so we'll see what happens this week. We got the Bears. So, at Soldier Field, we'll get to that later, but so what we'll do is we'll just roll on through again tonight. We'll make our picks. I kind of looked at our picks from last week. They weren't spectacular.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't know if it's just like this kind of year with me for the NFL. That in the NFL, there's a lot of teams that are a little surprising.
Yeah.
And like the Cardinals beating the Cowboys. How many people pick that one?
Yeah. And if you're doing, your work predictions, just pick the opposite of what we pick.
You got pretty good.
Yeah. You're having a really good season. So we'll start off first. We got the Thursday night game. We got the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, 7:15 kickoff on Amazon Prime. You got the Lions and the Packers, both 2-1.
Going with the Lions.
Gonna go with the Lions?
Yep. I know last week, a little disappointing, but yeah, we'll go with the Lions. I just, those are two teams that I feel like are just still trying to figure it out and make it work and get that team chemistry down. Looking at the Packers, like they're playing pretty good off the bat. They're surprising, but yeah, Lions, they beat the Chiefs. Seahawks was a little disappointing, but yeah, I'm going to roll with the Lions. I just think even though it's at Lambeau Field, I think the Lions still probably have that momentum, a lot better team chemistry. Looking at the quarterback, still going to give them the edge on the quarterback just due to experience.
Yeah.
So I'm going Lions.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I look at this, like the Packers, they're 2-1. It feels like, they laid an egg the second week of the year, came back. They played all right, but they don't seem, I don't know. It seems like a kind of a empty 2-1. I mean, they're still going to tell you, hey, we're 2-1. It doesn't matter if full or empty.
Yeah. But the Bears, beating the Bears 38-20 seemed like an eye opener. Like, oh man, these guys are, but it just kind of turns out the Bears aren't that good.
Yeah.
And then, you lose to the Falcons by 1, and then you barely beat the Saints by 1. Yep. None of those guys are world beaters. So yeah, I think the Lions, they've shown it. They could beat the good teams. I think they'll take care of the Packers. Yeah. Might even be by a couple scores.
Well, and you look at the Lions too. They should probably be undefeated. I mean, they laid a serious egg their second week of the year after coming off that Kansas City victory. Lions, Amon St. Rob Brown, he's getting back to healthy. He played, last week. There was always questionable through the week whether he was going to play. But I'm going to go with the Lions too. Jared Goff. I know it's at Lambeau. Watch this be the game where the Packers just come out and just click on all cylinders, running game, passing game. But I'm going to go with the Lions also. So Lions in the Thursday night game. Now we'll move across the pond. We have got the Falcons and the Jags, I believe I forgot where the Jags play. Is it London or?
Yeah, I think it is London.
Yeah, if you're out there on the text line, feel free to text in.
Yep, 402-464-5685. And go ahead and give your NFL picks too, or ones to keep an eye on. If you don't want to dive on a particular, definitely go ahead and mention that.
And if you're a Raff's roadie, just, message in. Say you're Raff's roadie. I always love hearing from the roadies. But you got Falcons and Jaguars. It's an 8:30 a.m. kickoff. I'm going with the Jaguars. I feel like this is the team going into the season. I thought that they were going to be that team that was going to step up and really pick up their game. But then I kind of thought the Bears were going to be that way too. But you got Trevor Lawrence. You've got
still like ETN. He's still a great player.
You've got Calvin Ridley.
Christian Kirk, however you feel about him. I think he's a pretty good receiver.
So I just feel like the Jaguars are about to put it together, but they've just struggled so bad. So you haven't seen it. But then you go with the Falcons, I'm still looking for Kyle Pitts. I don't understand it. Bijan Robinson, a pretty good back. I mean, I like what he's done so far to start the season. Desmond Ridder, I think the jury's still out on him. They're sitting at, I guess they're at 2-1.
Well, the jury still might be out on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he just hasn't looked like he did kind of finish the season last year.
I think what might have happened is maybe the way they finished last year, they might have anointed him too soon as being the next great one. And maybe he wasn't quite there yet. even though they did make it to the playoffs, they did beat the Chargers. Maybe still got a little bit more to go, but I'm still thinking the Jaguars in this one, they get it done. And it's technically a home game for them. So so the Jags fans will be awfully loud, I'm sure. So
yeah, I'm actually going to roll with the Jaguars too. I think I'm just kind of waiting for them to put it together. They're kind of the same team, like kind of looking at the Bengals, like not that they still have a strong pulse.
Yeah.
You know, the Jaguars are a team where you know, you want to break them down in a heartbeat. You know, a Jaguars still got a pretty good pulse going. Bears is, I mean, it looks like it's about to go dead here pretty soon. Same thing with the Broncos.
No, Broncos about to make a run. It's 14-game season.
Okay, maybe
14-game season.
Pulse. But yeah, I just think they're a team where they still got a pulse. Yeah, I'm waiting for the Jaguars to bounce back. I'm not writing them off yet. Really rough start to the season. But yeah, I could give it to the Jaguars. I think they'll be able to pull that one out.
And then we move on to a very interesting game at 12 o'clock from Buffalo. You've got the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Of course, you have the Dolphins coming off the 70-20 rout of the Broncos. And then you also got the Bills, who played really well last week. So the Bills, I might have put them to sleep a little too early. I think Jake from Early Break, I think he did too, said they weren't going to make the playoffs. I thought their window was closing. I think we find out this weekend where that window really is with the Bills, because you're going to have the Dolphins coming in flying high. I mean, everything's clicking for them. But then sometimes when a team plays really, really well the week before, sometimes they get a little, maybe their heads get a little too overinflated and they come in and think it's going to be easy that next week, and it's not as. So maybe the Bills will catch the Dolphins sleeping a little bit, being that, you know, Dolphins are coming on like, hey, we scored 70 points. We're going to go crazy on the Bills. Maybe the Bills come out, play some tough defense. Josh Allen gets going. And then next, you know, you got yourself a game. So Dolphins versus Bills. I know one thing. The Bills have got to hit Tua.
Yeah.
If they let him sit back there, it'll be trouble for the Bills, because we've seen what happens to the Bills defense, especially when Patrick Mahomes and the Joe Burrows get a hold of them, you know, and they got great safeties. They've got a good defense, but who do you go here? Do you go Dolphins or do you go Bills? Dolphins are flying high. Bills picked it up last week.
This is a tough game. I think this is probably going to be the hardest one to pick, and it would be the most interesting one to watch as well. The Bills got the better defense. It's just really like, where's this Miami Dolphins offense? Like, can the Bills get in front of it?
Yep.
You know, and can they get in front of it early? I just, the fact that it's at Buffalo, I'm going to give it to the Bills. I just think, like, that's honestly, I'm going to have to say it. Give it to the Bills. It's the home advantage. I just think, yeah, man, the Dolphins, that's going to be a legit defense to test them, and we'll see. You know, if their offense goes flying again, you know it's going to be a problem all season long. So this one's with me. I'm hoping the Bills kind of stand their ground here. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna see Dolphins keep winning games.
You know, right now, Jake's probably sleeping right now, but he's probably wanting me not to make that pick, because usually when I make that pick, it goes the opposite. So I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins continue to fly. I think if they beat Buffalo in Buffalo, I would say they move ahead of the Chiefs as my AFC. I think it'll be Dolphins, Chiefs. Right now I have the Chiefs, then Dolphins, but they can beat Buffalo in Buffalo. I'm going Dolphins, then Chiefs.
Ooh, okay. I don't know if I'm there with the Chiefs yet, just because. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far, but I do want to get some of these on the text line. 402-464-5685. This one just, man, I was bringing up the pulses. I said the Broncos, you know, you think they're still a strong pulse, 14-game season. But he said the Broncos are just waiting for the priest to finish the eulogy so they can die. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet. That's from Thunder Not Collins.
And
8179 Tua duh. So he's saying Dolphins easy.
All right, Dolphins easy. We'll see. He hasn't really been touched that much this year. We'll see if he gets in a game where he gets some pressure on him. What happens?
Oh, he's on my fantasy team, so stay strong.
Pressure, no pressure.
Yeah, stay strong.
Soft zone. We're good. All right, now we'll move on now to another 12 o'clock game. We have got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, we had Deshaun Watson sort of get, I mean, we're talking about this on the drive. Chubb got hurt, horrific injury, terrible injury for the Browns. But in a way, it sort of unshackles Deshaun Watson to get back to playing the way he did in Houston, where he was sort of like that one-man show.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw him and Amari Cooper really hook up for some, you know, great plays. Played a really good game. Did throw one ball backwards like 12 yards, but that happens when you're getting blitzed. And then you've got the Ravens. You got Lamar Jackson. Their running game is going. It seems like Lamar is starting to get things back. You know, I mean, you go, it's in Cleveland, so the dog pound will be rocking. You go Ravens, you go Browns.
Give me the Browns. Yeah, I'm going to lean with the Browns. I actually 100% agree with you. It just feels like, in a weird way, Deshaun Watson is kind of taking those gambles again. You know, he's being a lot more aggressive. His game was a lot cleaner last week. And then, you know, I do like Jerome Ford, the running back that kind of stepped in and replaced Chubb. He's a pretty damn good back. I mean, he's still a guy that, and then it's not like they're super limited back. And
Kareem Hunt, probably he'll get more reps probably now that he's got another week under his belt. I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with Lamar Jackson. I think he'll start getting things going. It'll be interesting to see what the weather is like in Cleveland. These are the games, you know, now that we're getting into October, where you're going to have to really look at the weather too.
Which favors both teams, you know, even if the bad weather
I think it would favor the Ravens more now that Chubb's not there, even though, like you said, they've got Ford, they've got Hunt. But if it's a messy game, I think it bodes more to the Ravens' favor.
I guess I'm just like, I like the Browns' offensive line more.
Yeah.
So even though I'm going to agree that they have better backs, obviously Lamar Jackson, hell of a runner. But I just think with that offensive line, like I'm still, even though they got some better options, skill players, I just still think that Browns line, if it does go that way, I think it does favor the Browns. But
and then
we'll disagree on that.
You got to wonder too what happens with the Ravens and OBJ, because they're paying him an awful lot of money and
not getting a lot out of
no
it so
production, not, you know, game day inactives, not playing. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the season goes along. And then we'll move on to another 12 o'clock game in Houston. We got the Texans. Surprising, you know, they're 1-2, but Stroud's playing really well at quarterback, over 900 yards passing in his first 3 games, only the 3rd rookie quarterback to do that. And then you're going up against the Steelers, who, their offense is a struggle bus, but their defense is playing some great football. You're going to have an interesting reunion too, because you're going to have TJ Watt going to Houston to where his brother played. And lo and behold, guess who's getting inducted to the Houston Texans Ring of Fame on Sunday?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Who's getting inducted to the Houston Texans Ring of Fame on Sunday? J.J. Watt.
That is going to be a nice little history game right there.
You're going to have the brothers. You're going to have the brothers there together. TJ playing for the Steelers. JJ going into the Ring of Fame. I'm still, even with the fans being fired up with JJ back in attendance, I'm going with the Steelers and that defense. I really am not. All I look at right now with the Steelers offense is give them 1 or 2 or 3 big plays at the most. So you throw the ball to George Pickens 7 times a game. Maybe he makes 3 catches, gives you maybe a touchdown or 2, and then you lean on your defense. The Steelers defense, I think it'll give Stroud fits being a rookie quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Steelers somehow, some way. If they get to 3-1, I would have never have seen that in a million years, but 3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers, they will defeat the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm there with you. That defense has been pretty damn good. Especially watching that Raiders Pittsburgh Steelers games. It's just like I was just impressed by how well that defense was holding on to keep them in the game.
Yeah,
because it just looked like that offense was just hitting an absolute rut, and they couldn't do a damn thing. But the defense is there,
and they're doing and they're doing it without Cam Hayward, who's out for, I think, 6 or 7 weeks with hamstring. But it's just like crazy that they're like, not only are they causing turnovers, they're scoring points.
Yep.
So
Mike Tomlin is just a hell of a coach too. He just can't.
It's what he does.
Yeah, he just has a great game plan. Like even like his teams, it doesn't have the talent he needs. Like you're rarely going to find a way to blow that guy out. So he's going to find it. So yeah, I'm just going with Steelers, mainly because looking at closer games, quarterback and then coaching. Yeah, I got to lean that way.
Steelers. Yep. All right, now we'll move on to another battle of 0-3 teams. We have got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina Panthers in Carolina at 12 o'clock. The Vikings, I have no idea what to say about the Vikings. It's insane. I mean, Kirk Cousins, I say this every week, he's going to put up a great stat line, 4 touchdown passes, 300 yards passing. Jefferson's going to have over 100 yards receiving. And then they're going to come down to the end of the game. They're going to find a way to lose. I mean, last week, the way they lost, I mean, going down to the end and their own crowd being too loud and they couldn't get the play in on time. When you just spike the ball, stop the clock, reset, you got second down, you're good to go. but wasting all that time. Carolina, you've got, I mean, the rookie quarterback. I don't know if Bryce Young's set to return this week or if they stay with Andy Dalton. Was it Andy Dalton?
I think Bryce Young is coming back.
He is coming back.
I think so, but I don't know if it's Dalton.
I forgot who the second team quarterback was. I can't say that I'm a big Carolina football watching team. So feel free to text in. I forgot who started. I thought it was Dalton for some reason, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, it's Bryce Young, Andy Dalton. So,
Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So,
I was gonna say, it's like that.
Yeah,
seemed right.
I'm gonna go. I'm going with the Vikings to win their first game.
I am too.
They're due.
They've played some good teams too. It's not like they're just had a layup of a schedule. You know,
But
it's very different.
It's got to be so upsetting for them though to come out of the box 0-3.
Well, like you said, the way they lose their games, it's like, but it's Nebraska. It's got to find a way to kind of rip the soul out
And
of their
how
own
do
fans.
how do you, if you're a Vikings fan, what are your thoughts? Like Kirk Cousins, is this his last year? If they don't make it to the playoffs, but
he plays good games though. I mean, 367 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He has the little interception problem.
But he ends up throwing for close to 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. Are you willing to say we're going to go? I mean, we see what happens with rookie quarterbacks. Some pan out, some don't. You've got a quarterback right now who's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He's consistent. He's going to be close to 40 touchdowns. That's what he's going to do, but he might not get your team. See, I'm one that's probably I think I stick with him.
Look at the Bears.
Yeah.
They are still, it's a perfect example. They're still looking for possibly a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if I try to take a page out of your book, it's a long season. And hopefully they turn around.
14-game season.
It's a dangerous road to go on when you're in that quarterback hunt.
Yeah, when you start looking for a new one, it gets a little troublesome. Now we'll move on to the next 12 o'clock game.
This will be our last one.
Then we'll go to break. We got the LA Rams versus the Indianapolis Colts in Indy, 12 o'clock on Fox. Colts 2-1, Rams 1-2. I would have never seen the Colts at 2-1 this early in the season. The Rams are just a tough. I don't know what to think about the Rams. My mind says not good, but then I'm sitting there. I'm like, when they get Cooper Kupp back, and then they match him up with Pacao. They match him up, and then you've got Stafford. You've got Aaron Donald is still one of the most disruptive defensive players in the game. There's something there still. The Colts, I don't know. 2-1. I think this would probably be the best over 500 that they get this year. I don't see it.
I'm
not sold on them.
Their offense. It's not like they've been outscoring teams, which give them credit. They've been doing a lot of it through the run game, kind of slowing the game down. But I do think once they run into a real threatening offense, it's a good defense, but I just don't think it's going to keep up. Yeah, I'm going for the Rams on this one. Last week, I don't know. The Bengals are also 1-2, but it just felt like a game where you're waiting for the Bengals to kind of same thing. A team they got a pulse. You're just waiting for them to kind of turn it on.
Wake up, and that's like the Bengals do every year. They start out slow. I'm going to go with the Rams too. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sold on the Rams, but I just think Matt Stafford,
it's been rough.
Aaron Donald, that they'll find a way to get it done and put Indianapolis. They're 2-2. So, all right, what we'll do now is we will throw it to break. This is the Wide World of Raff on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. We have a doubleheader coming your way this Thursday and Friday right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainert. Join me and Jay Foreman not once but twice this week for high school football here in the state of Nebraska. On Thursday night, it's number 2 Millard South versus number 10 Lincoln East from Seacrest Field as kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. And then on Friday, join us for one of the best rivalries in all of the city. The Silverhawks of Lincoln Southwest play Lincoln Southeast on Friday night at 8 p.m. Join me and Jay Foreman once again on Thursday at 7 p.m. and on Friday at 8 p.m. for high school football right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
This is Jay Foreman here. Join me and DP for Old School live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O Street this Friday for their customer appreciation tailgate party from 4 to 6 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 at Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O Street.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with VenueDelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun, the atmosphere is a total blast, and I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
We have a doubleheader coming your way this Thursday and Friday right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainert. Join me and Jay Foreman not once but twice this week for high school football here in the state of Nebraska. On Thursday night, it's number 2 Millard South versus number 10 Lincoln East from Seacrest Field as kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. And then on Friday, join us for one of the best rivalries in all of the city. The Silverhawks of Lincoln Southwest play Lincoln Southeast on Friday night at 8 p.m. Join me and Jay Foreman once again on Thursday at 7 p.m. and on Friday at 8 p.m. for high school football right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the wide world of Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is the wide world of Ralph on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday night, looking over O Street. A little quiet out there. Not many Ralph's roadies out there running around tonight. I figured there'd be like chairs and signs and just people just excited to see the wide world of Ralph.
Raff's roadies might be questioning their leadership.
Nah,
based off these picks and the Broncos fan.
Ralph's roadies knows that these picks are 100% gold. They might not be correct, but man, they are golden.
I think Thunder Not Collins still has Secretary of State in his Twitter bio.
Oh,
Raff's roadies.
He waves too. He drives by in the morning and waves.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we got a Raff's roadies party coordinator now, so that's pretty exciting.
Got a party coordinator.
Yeah, you got to have a party coordinator if you're a Raff's roadie.
That's pretty cool. You guys are growing.
We're not going to lie. Raff's roadies likes to party and have a good time. So,
but it's always great to see the fans. And again, 1040 O Street. Don't come tonight because I'll lock the doors on you as soon as the show's over. But
doors on you.
Yeah, definitely check it out in the morning.
The roadies.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Even if you're a Raff's roadies, if it's the last show, you're not coming in here.
Yep. You can take your party elsewhere, just not in here.
Oh, Chief of Staff. Sorry, Thunder Not Collins. Chief of Staff. I demoted him.
Oh yeah, Secretary of State's Nick.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
is he fully committed to being a Raff's roadies yet?
Nope, not really. But
I think you might just have to pull the plug on that.
But
guy.
I told him that AD had accepted a position. So you just gotta just bait him a little bit. So all right, we'll move up here. We got at 12 o'clock, Tampa Bay Buccaneers after a rough game on Monday night versus the New Orleans Saints at 2-1 in the Bayou in Louisiana at the Superdome. Saints or Buccaneers?
Give me Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, man.
You're rolling with Baker.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Baker. I know they looked rough, but Eagles. That's a tough team to be going against. And their defense played pretty damn well. So yeah, I'm kind of with them. Not only it's not because I'm Baker Mayfield is the next greatest thing, but he's definitely impressed me. He's been pretty solid. Still kind of having accuracy issues, but that defense is for Tampa Bay pretty solid. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with them. Saints, kind of same thing. They haven't really impressed me a whole lot. I don't know what their strengths are, but I do know Tampa Bay can lean on their defense a little bit. It's been working. I mean, a 2-1 right now. I like what I see out of them.
All right, I'm gonna differ. I'm gonna go with the Saints, not so much for the teams, but it just seems like over the past 2-3 years, the Buccaneers have all types of fits playing in Louisiana and during the regular season against the Saints. So I'm gonna go with the Saints. I have no reason why other than maybe Chris Olave. Michael Thomas seems like he's one of those that shows up every once in a while now, but
he still has. I don't think he's had a touchdown yet this year.
Yeah, I thought he might bounce back a lot this year. I think this is the final game without Kamara too, so we'll see how it all pays off. But I have no other reason to pick the Saints other than just looking at prior years. They've had all types of fits in the regular season.
All right, let's disagree on that one. That's good. We need to disagree more, so one of us could be right.
we can feel what right feels like. All right, our next game is at 12 o'clock. We got the Washington Commanders at the Eagles in Philly. Commanders last week laid the serious egg after the victory over the Broncos, went to Buffalo. I thought DP was going to be full-fledged Commander fan again. However, it just wasn't meant to be for DP or the Commanders. So this could be the game, though. The Commanders get a victory over the Eagle. That's a big victory. That might be something to put DP back into his Commander allegiance. But I'm gonna have to I can't pick that this week. I got to go with the Eagles. Their running game. DeAndre Swift has found a home. Jalen Hurts has got the tush push.
Yeah, it is. It's
captivating the NFL. I don't know what's What's better, the tush push or the Taylor Swift? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's I like the Taylor Swift just because
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you got to rival Travis Kelce and the other Taylor Swift.
I was telling my theory this morning about Taylor Swift. I'm hoping that she will be the person that will start to split the Kansas City Chiefs. She's going to bring in a little bit of drama.
She is already. It's
maybe
crazy.
break up. Maybe write a song about Travis. Maybe Brittany gets a little jealous that maybe she's not the number one lady in Kansas City, and it just starts to just sever the Chiefs connection.
They're trying to say they're overdue for some spoiling. They've just
drama.
they've had Kelce got hurt, but man, he came back. He looks great. It's like they just really haven't. So yeah, maybe this is one where they're against Kansas City Chiefs. You can hope. We do have a unknown texter here. Let's see. I'll get to that one later. Looks like a long text. So I'll have to parse through it a little bit.
All right. So I'm going with the Eagles over the Commanders. You going Eagles too?
Yeah. I mean, that's Eagles. Right. I think that's just an easy one.
All right. Now we'll move on to another 12 o'clock game. The last 12 o'clock. Well, actually, there's another one. We saved that one for last though, because we always say the Broncos for last. We got the Bengals versus the Titans in Nashville at 12 o'clock on Sunday. Bengals, Titans. Joe Burrow got things back going. I still think he's still lingered a little bit by that calf injury, but he had enough to get the game on Monday night. I'm going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals over the Titans. I was saying on the drive, it just him and Jamar Chase for completing 10 passes or whatever they had together and 130 yards. It looked a little choppy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that scares me for being, say, if you're the team playing against them, because if they're choppy and can complete 10 for 130, what is it going to be like when they get back? I mean, they're going to put up some crazy numbers. And T. Higgins, I mean, he's not always going to have a game like that. He gets those receivers going. I think the Bengals will be fine. They bring it up to 2-2 this week. I got the Bengals, Derrick Henry, Tannehill, and they're stubborn. I mean, they love to run Henry. I mean, he's not putting up the gaudiest numbers, but you'll look there and it'll be like 34 carries, 87 yards.
Yep.
So they're not afraid to run him. That's for sure. The problem is when you run Henry as much as you are, you just wonder, how long can he keep up with that constant pounding, not just for this year, but I mean, what is the future for him? And maybe another year or two?
Yeah. It is kind of insane how much he still gets utilized. And again, I mean, that's just kind of that's how they like to do it. Man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Titans.
Going with the Titans.
Yeah. I just,
and Nashville.
Yeah, the Bengals, I think they'll turn it around, but like you said, it was choppy. I think it's just I don't know what it is with them this year, but it has just not been smooth. And I think you play a team with the Titans. If I'm kind of seeing it like this, you get one interception from Burrow, who just hasn't been super great all year. And the Titans, if they can just start moving the chains, I think it's going to be a long night. And I'm leaning towards the Titans. It's going to matter a lot on Joe Burrow's performance.
Yep, totally. Now we'll move on to our first 3 o'clock game. We have got the Los Angeles. I did it again.
You did
I've got to be better at this. All right, we're going to move on to the Las Vegas Raiders versus the no longer San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers. So we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles at SoFi at 3 o'clock. Raiders or Chargers? This is actually, for me, I'm going with the Chargers. I know they lost Mike Williams for the season, so Keenan Allen's going to get a lot of play in this game. The Raiders, I think, they're going to Raider. I think this will be the end of Josh McDaniels after this year.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers too.
So Chargers it is. Other than just Justin Herbert, putting up some crazy statistics this year. But this is one of those games that probably comes down to the end of the game. If something crazy happens, it would not surprise me. Maybe like the Heidi game or the Holy Roller. Now I'm saying all these games from like the 70s where you're just like,
I'm just like nodding my head like, oh yeah, that one.
The Holy Roller,
totally.
The Heidi game. I mean, these are some of the all-time greats. So we'll see what happens in that game, but I'm going to go with the Chargers in that one. Move on to our next 3 o'clock game, our 3:25 game on Fox. We got the New England Patriots versus the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. America's team, the Cowboys, who, wow, they
ruined a lot of parlays.
Lot of blame in Dallas this week, going out to Pete Ferguson for using a different baby profile picture to start the week. He switched it.
He got cocky.
He was undefeated with that baby picture this year, and he switched it to another Dallas Cowboy baby picture. And I think that's what did it. So I think I'm going to say that Pete puts up his original baby picture, 3-1. Cowboys get the victory in Dallas over the Patriots.
I'm glad you brought that up because there was a lot of finger pointing, and I didn't hear Pete Ferguson's name once at that press conference.
Yeah,
I'm like, are you guys paying attention?
They're kind of keeping it on the down low, but it was the baby picture that cost the Cowboys. Dak's got to pick things up, but I think Patriots. I think this is a time to do it in Dallas. You're going to have the home crowd. Mac Jones, you don't know what's going on with him in his mind right now. I mean,
I think he's going to have a hard time with that defense.
He's focusing on football right now, but he's got the other stuff with Sauce Gardner going on. Cowboys, I think Mike Parsons takes it upon him. Get Tony Pollard going a little bit too. That's another thing with the Cowboys. It looked like to start the year, it was all missions back to the way they started the year or into the year last year before he was injured. But now it's like,
kind of got away from it again.
Yeah. So now you gotta hope for Dak, play a solid game, get CeeDee Lamb into the game, get your big three, CeeDee Lamb, Pollard and Dak. You got to get them on offense, and then it hurts too, losing Trevon Diggs. I mean, that's a huge loss. It affects your defense so much, the way you play. But I think Parsons is good enough that he can overcome that. But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I'm there with you. I think and a lot of Pollard too is you're just not staying on schedule. You end up with a 3rd and long because Dak, maybe he missed the throw on 2nd. Just things like that. Yep. So if Dak cleans it up, I think Pollard's just they've just been out of sync offensively. Yep. And it's just that get that limited play sheet. So I think he'll get plugged back in there more as the season continues. Again, I think it's just Dak. He's got to play better, keep that offense on schedule. And then you can really utilize your guys like Pollard to make big plays for you. So yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm not freaking out despite losing to the Cardinals, which, man, again, they probably busted a ton of parlays last week. But nonetheless, yeah,
and
Cowboys.
If Pete puts up his profile picture to the original, they'll be okay. So we'll see.
Yeah, I guess if he doesn't change it, I'm going to take that
then
back.
You switch it. We got time for one more game, or where are we at set on time-wise?
How many games we got left here?
We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 games left.
Let's get one in here and go to break.
All right, 3 games left. Sorry, just joking. No, 4 games.
Yeah. So if we can get the last 3 on the last break.
Okay, perfect. We got the Cardinals of Arizona versus the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium in San Francisco. I am going with the San Francisco 49ers all day. They probably favored in every single game that they play the rest of the year, I would guess.
Yeah, you picked that. That was the great one to end on because there's not a lot to say that one. 49ers, there's yet the team to provide any sort of blueprint on to take those guys down. And Brock Purdy, I know he has the excuse of having all these weapons, but he's also not making mistakes.
Yep.
And that's all he has to do for that team to keep winning.
Consistent, make a few plays, and you might get Ayuk back. So, and then you got McCaffrey. So the 49ers are going to roll in that game. So 49ers, they continue to win. All right, we'll do now is we'll throw it to our final break, and we'll be back and cover the next 3 games. This is the Wide Road to Raff on 93.7 The Ticket.
Houses, they're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonzal Pool & Spa is having a sale so good that they're offering it up for the whole month. Soak up the savings when you purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now through the end of September. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today and soak up the savings at Bonzal Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2, or at bonzalpool.com.
This is Jay Foreman here. Join me and DP for Old School live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O Street this Friday for their customer appreciation tailgate party from 4 to 6 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 at Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O Street.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy non-stop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley. Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us this Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. at Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street for a Ryder Cup watch party and preview of Nebraska, Michigan. Book your bay to hit shots while enjoying the show and enjoy USA-themed drink specials. Book today at doubleeagle.golf. We'll see you on Friday.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Drink locally and support local businesses during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 2nd through the 8th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You're listening to the wide world of Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is the Wide World of Raff on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday night, looking over O Street. We got a busy couple days in the Ticket coming up. We got the Big Red Brunch tomorrow.
That's a loaded one. Irvin Fryer, you got Ricky C. Simmons, you got Mike
Rozier, Heisman Mike. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. And then Friday, we're out at Double Eagle for the Ryder Cup. So from 6 to 10 out there. So that's always a good time. You got the Golf Bays open out there. So it's gonna be a fun weekend. And then Friday night, you got the pregame show at I forgot the name of the bank. Oh man, I got to listen to these commercials. But you're gonna have Larry the Cable Guy there at Old School with Jay and DP. So that'll be cool. And then Saturday pregame at the Ticket,
11 a.m.
1040 O Street.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's gonna be good. And I've heard there'll probably be some former Huskers in the house. So
that's like a guaranteed at this point. If you stop by the Ticket, you're gonna see some former Huskers.
You're gonna see them. So.
And worst case scenario, if you come at night, you're gonna see modern Huskers. So you're gonna see Huskers regardless, kind of depending on when you show
Huskers
up.
on Huskers. Heck, I even last week before the game even started, Coach Brown walked by, so we had to, tell him run the option, and apparently he did. So
it's kind of funny. Harburg's still figuring out when to pitch it.
It's all right.
It's good, right? Don't make a bad pitch, but it was funny listening to Rule talk about that. So he's still, there's times he's still just not pitching it, but
and you get 4 or 5 yards. I don't care if you pitched or not.
I just with the guy like kind of, well, we don't got a ton of time. We can't talk Husker football.
All right, we'll move on now. We got 3 games left. Sunday night game, 7:20 p.m. We got the Kansas City Swiftie Chiefs versus the New York Jets. In New York, I mean, does Taylor show up to 2 games in a row? It's in New York.
Yep. She probably rolls
New
up in the
Jersey,
hidden popcorn machine.
Popcorn machine.
Just hop on in there, hide, have 15 security, nonchalantly escort a popcorn machine. That's always my favorite part. Is Taylor Swift in there? No, that's normal. They just have 20 guards around their popcorn.
Nice popcorn. That's valuable popcorn.
Yeah. But she did put Travis Kelce on the map. He was a little underrated. So it's a good thing those guys got together and now we all know.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe she'll tweet me out or something so I can get my Twitter followers up,
Yeah.
I mean, I tell everybody every week, Chris Raff 7, follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. He follows you back. No. So you got the Chiefs and Jets. I'm going straight with the Chiefs in this one. The Jets, their downfall. They signed a quarterback this week. I don't think that's the savior that they wanted to sign. Trevor Siemian is no Tom Brady. So I am going to go with the Chiefs all day and then some. If Taylor Swift happens to show up in New York again, then it gets really crazy. But I'm going Chiefs big on Sunday Night Football.
That's the most, publicity out of that is probably going to be the Chiefs and then Taylor Swift. And then people will talk about the Jets. It's going to be Chiefs.
So funny if they see Taylor Swift in New York City.
I think
leading
they
up
would.
to it. Oh my gosh.
I think that, well, I don't know. Taylor Swift seems to be kind of knowledgeable too about maybe not trying to want to get all that because it was that was a hell of a roller coaster for her first appearance. So I'm honestly going to kind of doubt she goes back to back. New York would be crazy, but Chiefs. Not a lot to say about that one.
Could you still imagine though if the NFL would have got Taylor Swift for the Super Bowl this year?
Oh my lord, because it'd probably be if you're picking favorites, good chance to see the Chiefs in there again.
Oh my goodness, that'd have been craziness. But we got Usher, so we got Usher. All right, Monday night football game. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus the New York Giants. Another game in the Meadowlands. So they're going back-to-back days in the Meadowlands. Giants, Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. The Giants this year, I just don't think they don't have it. I mean, they've got
it's bad. Danny Dimes has maybe had a good half. Playing it's just been rough.
I saw that the tweet that came out during the 49er Giants game. One of these quarterbacks is making $780,000. The other one's making $45 million. It's like, this is nuts, out of control. Don't know, what's going on with Saquon, if he'll be back. I know he's trying to get back as soon as possible, but I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Danny Dimes has just not looked right.
Yeah,
he just really been rough. And again, it's I think I've maybe seen one good half of football from him so far. Super inconsistent. And again, if Barkley, even if he's back, he's probably not 100%.
No,
and that's kind of your whole offense is organized around that guy.
So Danny Dimes is going to be called like Danny Pennies from now on.
Yeah, honestly, he should get Danny Pennies until he picks his game back up.
All right, now we'll move on to our final game, the one we always save for last. The Broncos at the Bears at Soldier Field at noon on CBS. probably going to be the most watched game of the weekend.
It actually will take in a lot of viewers, I bet, just because it's the toilet bowl game. There's always one of them a year. A couple of teams without wins. There's always one. I think people are going to be curious to not watch great football, but to possibly watch a colossal train wreck.
It's going to be interesting to see because you got the Vikings and Panthers that are both 0-3 also, but who's going to become the number one battler for Caleb Williams? Is Caleb Williams like, I got it, a tweet in, saying, is there a time where the Broncos decide to tank for Caleb? And I don't think they're at that point. I still think that there's belief in Denver's organization that they can patch some games together and get some wins because they've got talent. It's just a matter of, the mental side of it. The defense, I mean, mentally they're fragile right now, if not broken. So if Denver patched together a win this week, like Russell Wilson said after the game, he didn't say let's ride. He just said it's a 14-game season. So we got 14 games left. I'm going with the Broncos here. They're favored. I think
favored on the road too, which kind of tells you what to think about the Bears.
When you've been beat so bad the week before, it builds kind of that fire. I mean, you were questioned your playing abilities are questioned. Everything in Denver's organization has been questioned this week. So I think they come out, turn things around, and they get their first win of the year versus the Bears.
Yeah, and I'm going to argue the exact same thing. A lot of questions with the Bears. It's the exact same storyline. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be it's a quote-unquote toilet bowl game. Two teams have a ton of things to prove. They wanted to prove them to start the season. They haven't been able to really answer any questions. I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right.
I'm going to also maybe put out a vote that maybe we push this game for the first one we pick to kind of save the pain of always picking this one last.
You got to save the Broncos for the end because this is what keeps the listeners,
It keeps the Raff Roadies plugged in.
Yeah, Raff's Roadies, they wait for that Broncos pick. And they always want to hear me say, let's ride.
I'll even put a score on it. Bears 21, Broncos 3.
Christmas.
I'm just kidding. I'll go 20. I'll go 21-24. I think it's going to be one of those. It's going to be
a close one. Nah, Broncos rolling this one. Let's ride. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for listening tonight. We will talk at you next week. You can catch the drive tomorrow at 8. We will talk at y'all later. Have a good rest of your night. This has been The Wide World of Raff.